Alright, what I've got here on the wheel is a chuck, and this is a bisque-fired chuck. It was thrown just a hollow, cylinder with 2 openings, and this is going to allow me to trim something that won't stand on its end. So either a narrow neck cylinder, or in this case, a lid like that. So I've picked a size of chuck that this is going to fit to. I have actually soaked the bottom of this in water, so I could attach it to the wheel head with wads, or I could use a Giffen grip, and either one is perfectly reasonable, perfectly fine. If you are using wads, you've got to soak the bottom because the wads won't stick if it's dry. The Giffen grip, obviously, it doesn't matter. And ideally, you're going to get the top soaked as well and get this secured onto here with wads as well. And of course, like I said, if you use wads, if I try to put wads on here, up at the top, to hold this onto here, these wads are going to dry out fairly quickly and fall off because that clay isn't, or the ceramic is porous and it'll absorb some water out of there. So I'm not doing much here, I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup. So I am going to trim some of this excess off of here, and I should be able to go slow enough that I keep things steady without the wads having to do much work here. Yep, see there, they pull off. Alright. And then I am just kind of cleaning things up, getting things nice and straightened out, getting rid of the rough edges and things like that for this lid. You can also use, like I said, you can also use a chuck to trim something that has a narrow neck or a fragile neck that you don't want to work with. If you don't have a chuck that's the right size, you can always throw yourself a chuck. These are bisque-fired chucks that can be used over and over again, but you can also make chucks that are wet and just let them stiffen up to leather hard, maybe throw them on a bat, and you can use them immediately. So if you have something that isn't going to work for the size of chucks that we have around the studio, that's your alternative.